Hello, how is everyone? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. I'm only gonna be here for a few minutes. Come on in, y'all, and it. Let's talk about it, baby. Come on in. I'm trying to enjoy my movie night, honey. I'm trying to enjoy it, and I will not let anyone come in and interfere with that. So come on in. We're gonna talk for a hot minute, and we're gonna get the hell on. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. As you guys are on your way in, please click the like. Help Bama Girl get back into the algorithm. A lot of times when content creators get pushed out of the algorithm, when we go for so long and do uploads or videos or whatever, we will then be put into another category and into another analytic. Hey, I'm not just living, but I'm living. Yes, I love you, baby. How you doing, mama? I love that name. I can't get over it. I'm not just alive. I am living. That speaks volumes. Baby, that handle that you have speaks volumes. People are always and oftentimes going through life just dealing with, the day-to-day life of what's going on. And they're not actually living and embracing it. I appreciate your name. I really, really do. And it's so organic and genuine. Yes, yes, that's my life. Yes. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that because that in we don't have to see a face. I don't have to see a face to let me know that your name right there, your handle, baby, that right there is what you are living. That's your day to day. That is your day to day. And I can appreciate it. Y'all come on in. Please thumbs up the video. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. I don't know if you guys getting notifications. I don't know. YouTube has been tripping, but then Bama Girl had, I went through a spell where I wasn't on as much, and that will definitely automatically put you into another algorithm. And so I can appreciate it. I miss being able to come down here and converse with the people that loved me at one time. I miss that. I do. We used to come over here and kick it. Like y'all come over to Auntie house, Auntie the already cooked, and Auntie got some adult beverages laid out or whatever, and we come over here and we just talk our shit. That's what we do. That's what we do. And that's what I'm trying to get back to. But y'all listen to this. When people make certain comments and statements about you, it's all about perception. No matter what the person's intent was, it's all about how the person that they were speaking on perceives it. You know what I'm saying? It was received and it was negative as far as they were concerned. How you gonna dispute that? You can't. You cannot tell a person how to feel about what you said about them. You cannot. I was over there on Nest No Mess. Shout out to Nest. I was over there and I had clicked the link. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of Nest and I having the conversation, Lady Nika clicked the link. And they were in Lady Nika, expressed the point where, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. It is what it is. But Nest took it another way. And I don't believe, and I didn't feel, and I was listening to her tone. I don't feel that it was received well. I don't. Well, yeah, I ain't know it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Baby girl, what you doing up at this hour, girl? I did not know it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, but one thing about it, I am wide awake, so we're gonna come down here and we're gonna talk about it. We are going to definitely talk about it. Let me tell y'all something. And just like I just told Ness, I appreciate the relationship that she and Pizarro have. They go at it. I mean, round for round, pound for pound. Shout out to Demetra Lit all day. and they don't take it personally, because the very next day you will see Ness up on Pizarro's platform, Pizarro on Ness's platform, and I love that. I love it. They get it. They get it. This whole YouTube game, they get it. It's not always about beefing with the next person that has something bad or negative to say about you. It's not about that. It's about you rising above and still being able to be cordial with the person that has spoken so illy of you. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that. Many people cannot navigate around the negative commentary. They can't. But I love to hear a good old fashioned Pizarro drag. I love to hear a good old fashioned national message drag. Baby, I love it. I get my entire life. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's not so much so as what they're saying. It's not that. It is for, the backlash of it all. And they can still be in each other's midst, and it's welcomed and appreciated. I love it. I love it. I do. I love it, y'all. We don't get to see that very often down here on YouTube, because people always wear their feelings on their shoulders. And how many times have content creators or aspiring content creators, how many times have they been warned about, listen, if you're going to start your own channel and create your own platform, you have got to have a thick skin, because these niggas out here on YouTube are ruthless. They are. They will take apart and tear down everything that you have to say and give no fucks about it. But when you can navigate around that shit, when you can navigate around somebody that's leaving you negative comments in your comment section, as if you give a damn, you've already won. You have already won. People don't give a damn. Hey, Hutch, what's going on, mama? Hutch, girl, hold on. Let me drop this link, girl. Let me drop this link. And I know that you said that you weren't going to be hitting people's links, and you were not coming on people's platforms, but girl, you have to. You must. Trash bag fashion forever. I'm good, baby. I am good. How are you? I know it's early. It's not even 1 a.m., but I know it's early. Shelly, we got to talk, girl. And we need to talk behind the scenes. So please click the link. I'm going to put my information behind the scenes so that we can have a conversation. Will you wear the first two words of my name now as clothing? Okay, while we chat. Well, the first two names is trash bag. I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna wear no trash bag, bitch. But I get it. You go ahead on and talk your shit. You won't be blocked. But trash bag, no. I don't think I'm gonna be going for that. Rita, how the Philadelphia is not bad. What's up, Queen? What's going on, baby? Hey, mama, what's going on?
Ain't nothing too much.
Girl, I enjoyed the fact. I was in on the replay game. Baby, you were looking so gorgeous when you and your husband was at dinner.
Oh yeah, child. I had curled my wig, but then I didn't like the way the curls fell, so I was combing it out. I didn't know what the hell I was at that what I wanted to do at that point. Did you see what I put
Girl, it was giving me life. It was giving me life. I said, yes, come through, Shelly, with the curls.
I was trying out the link I told you about the other day.
Uh-huh.
And did you see what Aisha said? She
No,
only paid $10 a month for her StreamYard.
oh, yes. I heard you saying that. And you were like, well, how did you only pay $10?
Right. But you see, I used the StreamYard, I mean the Restream today.
Yes, I was in there when you were testing it
And that's
out. And it looks good.
mm-hmm. And the sound sounds better.
It does. It does. And now, as far as you know what, I believe it's because of the different devices and how they're listening to you. That is going to
Right.
affect sound. You know what I'm saying? If you
That's
got a piss
a
poor
big part.
phone and your laptop ain't working, the sound might not come through.
Hold on, let's see I didn't change my live time 10 times. Let me change it back a little bit more. I'm gonna give it like another. I'm just
Oh,
going.
I didn't know you had one schedule.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it on your thing and be disrespectful. Hold on, I'm
No,
gonna
you
just I'm gonna
fine. You
change the
fine,
time.
girl.
I told him I was coming back in after a while, but bro, other things came up. So I'm gonna scoot it 5 more minutes. So anyway, so you can ask me whatever we was talking
I
about.
put my number where you can see it so we
Oh,
can talk, girl.
I got you. Oh, what's been going on?
Girl, what has really been going on? These past 2 weeks have been like very tumultuous. They have been. We've been putting out all these little fires all over this sector of YouTube for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about a person that lied and how you can determine between if a person is lying or telling the truth. When a person is lying, they will it, the conversation will go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3
Exactly.
and you know what I'm
Right.
saying. But when they're telling the truth, it's very fluid. They
Exactly.
damn near
Flows
need to
right
take
off
a
the
breath.
tongue. You don't gotta think about it.
Yes, yes. And see, a lot of people always like to question that. But what I won't do is give them any shine of glory, because that means that you're very close minded and you don't want to see the truth for what it is.
Right.
People can always tell when a person is lying.
Right. And these people too, they make up stuff as they're going along. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And they don't do their research and they don't understand
Mm-mm.
that most of us, if you watch somebody long enough, you can kind of determine what sounds possible, what don't sound it's just weird, yo.
And you know
Very
what?
weird
I
to
believe
me.
just me being down here on YouTube, I've been down here for what was it, 2021, 6 years now. And me listening to all of the history of it, because I didn't know, me listening to all of the history behind all of the beefs and the motivation and why so many people have animosity towards this person, baby, I get it. I
Yeah.
get all of it.
The sad part is, like I was saying, there's no YouTube book. So
Mm,
you come on here not really understanding how this thing works. And I came on here just regular. You know what I mean? I didn't come on here
mm,
like, oh, this is gonna be a business or I'm here to play some fucking game like Game of Thrones and shit.
yes,
Some of these people be on some different type of shit. So it reaches the point where at least how I look at it now, I feel like almost everybody has a motive for whatever it is that
yes,
they
right.
do. Whether it's clicks and views, whether it's I don't know. It's just it's just a lot of weird shit. That's what I
And you
do.
know what? That's why you have to ask them, okay, you coming for me, but what's your motivation behind it?
Right. Well, we already know what the motivation behind. Most of the time it's about them trying to grow their channel. And then but what I have noticed, and I'm not gonna say it's a lot of people because I hate this word, the word jealousy,
Mm-hmm.
but you do have some people on here who are actually jealous, who
You
don't
do.
want to see nobody have nothing. I don't give a damn who it be, what they have, how small it is. They want to make sure you don't have anything. But I think that's
Right.
just like trauma or something that these people have going on for themselves that they haven't dealt with. It's not normal. Like
It's
nobody
not
has time
normal.
to be like for me, I'm never gonna call no Better Business Bureau on nobody. I don't give a fuck if you selling dinners out your house.
Girl, it's
But
not
see,
that important.
the thing is, I think a lot of times that's what I'm saying. You become desensitized on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
also become out of touch almost with reality because in the whole like black culture, even if it's a funeral or whatever, we know about fish fries and stuff like that. We
Yes.
all know about people that's doing bad or, need a little extra money. They start selling dinners and stuff. We know they don't have no food license. We know they don't have no business, but we don't care. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? But on here, this is the only place where if you putting some little stuff together, suddenly it's got to require a whole investigation. It has to require somebody to get reported. Your neighbors might be smoking weed. You might be smoking weed. Your family might be smoking weed, and nobody cares. But you
Well,
come on
girl, let
YouTube
me
and
just
do
say
it.
this. I know motherfucker well better my neighbors better not call nobody over here from what they assume because I think everybody in this bitch might go to jail but me.
Is that yeah? That'd be about what happened over here. You know,
Girl,
they'll get on
look, it
YouTube
is
and then
what it is.
suddenly they'll get on YouTube and suddenly they become the integrity police. I got to call CPS. They got kids and they're smoking weed. Come get the fuck out of here. You know, it's just a
Especially
lot of this
when
was crazy to me.
yes, especially when they have been caught slipping on more than one occasion. How the
Right,
fuck you gonna turn around and try to threaten me with calling CPS, bitch? You might need to check your goddamn track record.
right. Marley, turn your head, boo boo. Turn.
Read,
Did you
no
watch the
ma'am.
gentleman's
Okay,
panel tonight?
read the Heart of Philadelphia is not Becca saying I think the beefs are fake. Which beef, baby? Which
What?
one? Because any beef, let me just say this: any beef that Bama Girl is a part of, it is 100% grade A beef. Beef. It is. I don't know how to fake it.
It also it also depends on what you mean by fake, because do you mean that they're just not the two people are in it together, but the one
Mhm.
person is falling out with the other person because they want to get clicks and views? I think there's a lot of that going on. But
Right.
are people teaming up saying, "Hey, let's do this for the clicks and the views"? I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for me. Anything I've ever said or done on here, it has been 1 billion%. That's what it was at the moment and at the time. But these I don't know about no coming up with no beefs.
I
Just
mean,
on
because
YouTube. I don't know about that.
listen, when you sit around and you try to manufacture a beef, it comes across like that.
Yeah,
On
exactly.
we can see it for what it is. Now, when I say, okay, I said what? I said Fat Babe was dead to me. I meant that shit down
Right.
to my bone marrow.
When a
Bitch,
person
when you
that's the
dead
thing
to
with
me,
me.
bitch,
When a
you
person is
are
dead to
completely
me,
dead.
when a person is dead to me, I don't want to speak on them. I don't want to talk about them. I don't care. I'm not moved if something bad happens to them. I'm not moved if something good happens to them. I don't care one
Right.
way or another.
Right. And so many people are like, oh, you wrong for this, you wrong for that. Girl, no, I'm not. I am well within my right to feel how the fuck I want to feel.
Right. Yeah, everyone has the right to feel that way.
You know what I'm saying? What, because someone had an unfortunate mishap, not all of a sudden I'm supposed to change how I feel? No. No, ma'am, I'm
Yeah, let
not.
me tell you. I watched this video. What's his name? Damn, what's his name? His channel name. I think it's like Talk to Me, Brian. I might have that wrong.
Mhm.
He did a video on an accident. It's not a funny thing, but it's funny how he found a car similar to look like hers and said that it was a hit and run. Girl, if you ain't seen that video, you got to go see that and get your whole entire life, okay?
Well, was that Brian the songwriter?
No, he's not a songwriter. I don't think he is. Hold on, let me see if I can go under my history and drop you the link. That's some funny shit. He made that shit funny. Cause the way he put it together, if a person wasn't from this sector, they might think it's some real shit he's talking about. But but he was saying he might would feel bad about it, but she's done some bad things to him, so it is what it is.
Mhm.
Shit, am I under the right history? Uh, or see what I'm saying is goddamn StreamYard.
Streamy are gonna be mad. Oh, okay. Reed says yes, that's Brian.
Oh, is that okay? Okay, what is it? That's me, Brian. What's his channel name?
I
Because I
think he
don't think I
changed. I
got it
think he
right.
changed the name.
Oh, he changed the name.
Maybe because when it came up in my recommendations, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's Brian the songwriter extraordinaire. Okay, so I think that was him, and he changed his name.
I don't understand why it's not showing up on my history because I just watched it today. I know
Unless
I
they
just seen it today.
unless they took it down already.
Because he edits it so that it's not really like a violation, I guess.
Okay, okay. Well, you should be able to pull it up. But I know he came up into my recommendation. I didn't click on the video, but it was up in my recommendation.
Okay, well if you find that one, watch the video he did. Um, and look, I was over there. I seen that one, and then I clicked and watched the one he made about Rico. And damn, if he didn't have me on there, I said, "What the fuck?"
Well,
I didn't even know
damn.
he knew who the fuck I was. The fuck?
Now, Shelly, let me just say this. Everybody knows who you are, whether you want to believe it or not. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you have been down here so long and have been very vocal. And
Too
then shout out
long.
to Tez Madison. People they will always relate the two. They will. And they definitely will come on and subscribe to. That's how I subscribe to you.
Yeah, that's my
Through
sister.
Maddie. You know what I'm saying? That's how I subscribe to you. So look, I get it. I get it. But what I don't get is when people come on and try to assassinate your character and diminish the things that you have to say. Now, I have heard countless videos coming for you, people talking about your health issues, your mental capacity. Baby, I was not
Child.
impressed by any of it.
Child, I don't pay that. You know, I don't watch that stuff. I don't watch it. I don't even put that stuff into my, you know what I mean? My
Mhm.
energy and my nah. Because how people feel about me is their problem and their business.
Yes.
You will never convince people on here of who you are, what you are, or whatever. And if you listen to these people, you will start to believe the shit they're saying about you. So I don't know. I don't have time for that. But I'm gonna come back over here with you in a little bit because I know if anybody over there, they cussing me out because I told them I was coming at 10. 10 turned into 11 and
Girl,
on
they
and
probably
on.
wearing you out.
Yes, and I want to show them some old school history something right quick too. So I'm gonna come back, but I probably won't be up here too long. Marley, stop it.
Okay, no
All
problem.
right,
I
thank you
love
for
you,
having
boo.
me. Love you too. Bye bye.
Okay, baby.
Bye.
Now, Jay, what's going on, babe? Jay Wilson? Jay Wilson. I don't know if you have had the opportunity to speak on Timothy Blaine's video, but I was over there listening to Timothy Blaine, and I'm like, what? Because it was a surprise to me, all of it. But tonight, when you guys came and did the gentleman's panel, it was a unified event. It really, really was. I appreciated that. I did because I know what you give. I know what Rebel gives. And one thing about Rebel, I don't give a damn what's going on. Rebel is always true, especially to Rebel. He is. I get it. I love that about him. I do. Because he's not going to be swayed and pushed and brainwashed into going to any other thing that he's not, affected by. I get it. I get it. And when you all came on tonight, and it was the four of y'all sitting there, I'm like, yes, yes, come through. I appreciated it. I did. Jay, is that you?
Yes, Bama girl, listen to me. I'm
Don't be
not gonna,
showing
I'm
me
not
no
gonna, I'm
pain
not
now.
gonna, I ain't
Look,
gonna
I
put
don't
it
want to see no
out.
pain.
Well, you say that, they say it's so small you can't see it, girl.
Look, that's what the people had said, but they don't know. And guess what? Ain't nobody complaining.
Not on this end. Anyway, what's going on?
Listen, look, I'm over there in Skybox watching the gentleman's panel. Why in the hell you had them blue cloths on? Why?
You know what? I just had a good time. It was the last show, and I just wanted to, just let it go out, on a high note.
You
But
did. And let me tell you, when you first start using those blue prayer cloths, baby, I was getting my entire life. When you and Olivia, who was that? Olivia was cussing out. She was weighing somebody out, and you threw that towel over your face. I said, Jay Wilson, if you don't sit your ass down, I'm about to roll out this bed.
Well, like I said, I enjoy it. It is entertainment. I
Yes.
know, I know some people take it seriously. I'm just like Shelly. Shelly told the truth. You don't know these people. You don't really, and then you just reserve your energy and you be the funniest you. I've seen too many YouTubers get on here and they get tied up with people and start
Yes.
going, yeah, and they lose their funny, they lose a whole lot of stuff. I just don't want to be that type of person.
And you know what? I can't see that happening. Now, I will say this. Everybody tried to, well, not everybody, but some people wanted to rejoice in the fact that the other channel had got shut down because of the porn bomb. Porn bomb. But when you
Hmm.
came back with a vengeance, I mean, with a vengeance, it's undeniable.
Well, I don't. I don't know. I just come on and do what I do. I'm not the king. I'm not none of this. I just like coming on and just having a good time. Um, and let me tell you, I have not missed a beat.
No,
Um,
you
got
haven't.
monetized right away. And it's really funny because again, people think they know you. People do all of this analysis about you, and then so you're not monetized. You're not monetized. Okay, I'm not monetized. Bam, there it is. And
And
so
you know, I was in the live when you did that. You were like, hold on, because I turned it on. And not only that, it wasn't the fact that you were able to turn it on, but when you held up that AdSense letter from Google AdSense, I was done.
yeah, I mean, but people really want to know, and that's why I tell these content creators keep it private and
Yes.
do what you got to do. So I mean, I'm just living life. You don't know when you won't be popular anymore. So relish in it now because you don't know what'll happen the next day. And and I'm enjoying it. And I'm just
Right.
enjoying the
And
entertainment.
because we know how fickle the streets of YouTube can be, people will
Very
turn
much
on
so.
you in a minute.
Very much so. They'll turn on you in a hot minute. They love you 1 minute, and then But it's to me, Bama girl, it's a lot of control. People want to control. They want to control, and they will cloak themselves in loyalty, but it's really not loyalty. It's control.
Because I
Bama
was about to
girl,
ask you, well, is that actual loyalty though? I mean,
it,
people like who they like. But when it
yeah,
comes to a point where you start to, okay, if they say, oh, unsubscribe from this person, and you gonna go over there unsubscribe, just know that you're being controlled.
yeah. I like Brian. So should I stop listening and watching Brian because certain people don't like him? I think it's really crazy. And like I said, Bama girl, a lot of stuff happens, and I see a lot of stuff, and sometimes you just move. But yeah, loyalty is not control. People
Right.
should be able to people should be able to go everywhere they want to go. They should be able to make videos about who they want to make videos about. And my thing is, Bama girl, there are some people you may like that I may not care for. But do I say, oh, I don't like Bama girl because she like her? No, I like
Right.
Bama girl. I just don't deal with that person.
Right. And that's what a lot of people have to understand. You don't have to, plant your feet in the sand and say, oh, no, I'm standing with this person. And because this person is not liking another content creator, now you got a problem. Even though
Yeah.
you've been over there in the chat enjoying and hanging out with the person. That's foul to me. That's crazy. You got to know that you're being controlled.
Well, all I will say is, when you do right by people, and I can really look and say, you know what? I haven't done anything wrong to folk except not windmill for people. because they want to be in mess. And I always told people I'm not windmilling for anybody. And then people I think got mad because they thought I was windmilling for Rebel during the Timothy Blaine situation. But I'm not windmilling for a person because I'm stating the fact that I know this person is not a janitor.
But let me tell you something about Rebel. And when I gained so much respect for Rebel is when he showed up at your event bearing gifts.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a whole
Rebel,
Southern girl, and
Rebel,
that's what we
Rebel.
do. You don't go to somebody's house and not bring a gift. That's foul to me.
hmm Rebel has always, for me, I can't, there are people who don't like Rebel, but again, that's them. It has nothing to do with me. But
Exactly.
Rebel has always been stand up. He's always been a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I know the game. I know the game of YouTube, and I know how people do things. But
Right.
Rebel is his own person, and and like I said, I wasn't going to sit there and lie and say that the man was a janitor because I know he's not a janitor, and that's not windmilling. That's
Well,
just
who
telling you
said they
the
were?
truth.
Who said he was a janitor? Rebel is a whole. I'm in an entire professional. Y'all
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I know he's not a janitor. So a
Right.
content creator mentioned that, and I'm like, no, he's not. I'm like, this
Mm-hmm.
man has a job in the medical field. He does X, Y, Z. He's far from being a janitor. But
Far.
oh, you windmilling for Rebel? No, I'm just telling you, the man ain't a janitor. But what I didn't do is get in Rebel's fight talking about somebody is this and somebody is this and that B is this and that B is that. And no, I just verified that this man is not a janitor. And I guess if that's windmilling, then I guess I'll windmill. But yeah. But I'm not
Yeah,
getting in
but
people's mess because they done picked a fight with somebody and then they want you to be loyal. No, it don't work that way.
exactly. Number one, if you started the fight, you gonna have to fight that fight alone.
Yep, 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 yep. I will ride and live with you, but again, I'm not gonna ride and die with you. And wrong is wrong and stuff. And and I know that a lot of people want you to have blind loyalty, and that's not smart. And I think that people need to realize that. And when you don't need clubs and cliques, and when you can do things on your own, then that makes a big difference. And I
It
always tell
does.
people,
It
be on
does.
your own.
And you know what? I will say this. It took me going through the experience that I went through to see people for who they really are.
hmm
We always say people are known for their works, but when you are loyal to a person, sometimes, and I'm not going to say everybody, but speaking for me, Bama girl, I have turned a blind eye to a lot of fuck shit that I knew that was going on behind the scene. I'm not going to even lie about it.
Well, Bama girl, I'm gonna tell you what, the people who I'm not with anymore, I wasn't supposed to be with them in the first place because a lot of stuff is insecurity. A lot of things are, and I guess a lot of it again goes back to control and who
Yes,
I'm not with. I'm not supposed to be with in the first place, and I've come to that realization. And I don't have a problem being a subcontractor and keeping it moving because again, loyalty does not equate to control.
right.
Loyalty.
And I,
If a friend, let me tell you something, I wouldn't want to put a loyal friend through mess. I would tell a friend, no, 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 no. I just want you to sit down, chill out. This is how you can support me. If you really want to support me, give me sound advice. If you really want to support me, but what I don't need you to do is be getting in the middle of things because I wouldn't want you to do that. Or,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And I have a lot of people that tell me that, especially the people that are in my first five, they're like always, Bama, don't do that. Don't respond.
Mhm.
Just pay them dust. Just pay them dust.
Yeah,
And for a
yeah,
very long time, that's what I did.
yeah. And
But
Bama
at
girl,
some point,
this is the thing though. This is the thing, Bama girl. People want to fight. People want
yes,
to yell and curse. And I'm like, that's not me. I cannot do it. Yes. Is it worth it? No. Again, I'm finding out that when you have really good conversation and good dialogue, and when you have to think, people, you can learn more, I believe, by really listening.
Yes.
Even if the people disagree in the rebuttals, you can listen and kind of gather what's really going on. But when
Yes.
people yelling and cussing and stuff, and I'm gonna say this, yelling and cussing, it doesn't equate to a drag. It just equates to no one's being able to be heard. We're not really getting what's being said, and it's just ignorance. And so I don't want to be a part of that anymore. And I'm to the point now where I'm gonna let people say what they want to say, and I'll probably say, "Are you finished?"
Right.
and keep
Are
it
you
moving.
finished or are you done?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just think that we waste a lot of energy and a lot of time doing that kind of stuff, and I just don't have that type of energy. And I want to spend my energy doing something that's positive. And even if I disagree with someone, at least we can have a dialogue. I know people think Properly Bonafide set me up. I hear a lot of that, and I keep on saying, no, we had a good conversation. I think she was really trying to moderate, but you can't moderate when folk have set agendas, and so
Right.
it was what it was.
And not only that, when it comes down to a healthy debate, if your mic is not right, of course, one person will overtalk the other. And all that yelling and screaming does is make you worse, not me. Because when it comes, if you lying, people will definitely figure that out. And
Yeah,
so the other night when you were over there on Properly Bonafide's platform, I was so happy when you came to your own platform to be
yeah,
heard.
yeah. And I'm not with all of that stuff anymore. I mean, back in the day, but as you stay in YouTube, somebody has to make a difference. I refuse to engage in those guerrilla tactics because that's not me. And even though I can go there, that's not always the way to go. And and I even try to, you know, properly moderate even on my channel. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody has to do what they got to do, Bama girl. And I just think that you get more of having conversations. Like when I was on Properly Bonafide's channel, I was just mentioning to her that you had a whole person say that they really didn't care. I didn't think about your feelings. I thought that said a lot,
Oh,
and I
it was
thought
very
that
telling. It was
that
very telling.
let me say this, and this ain't even shady. It was if just listening to it, Bama Girl, and what she said and the questions she asked and the responses, and I'm like, wow. And then when she just broke it down, it was like, I really didn't think about your feelings during that time. That was not something I was thinking about. I'm like, yeah, that's some deep stuff.
Well, if you
Yeah.
weren't thinking about my feelings during that time, what would ever made you had a second thought about my feelings, period?
Yeah. And like I said, this is not a bash moment, but it's going back to communication again. And from that dialogue, I'm like, dang, that says it. That
Yes.
says it.
And let me tell you, when I was listening to your video, I mean, I didn't go over there and listen to what she had to say, but because of what you were saying, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? This has been going on forever and a day. And then when you made reference to, the whole liquor like a cone situation, I was dying. I'm like, Jay Wilson, please shut up.
But you know what though?
Please stop talking.
Again, it was really telling too because even she was being honest, but then she backed up from being honest to trying to be diplomatic and said, I was supporting a friend. But she
No,
was
baby, you was being fake. And every time
but
you
she
said
said
it, I
fake.
hollered.
And that's the whole thing. So what she told me in that instance was it wasn't good. I didn't think it was artistic. I just said it because you were my friend and I was being fake. So if you're being fake, that means, yeah, I didn't really like it. But
But
because you're
but
my friend, I didn't.
how can you call someone a friend when you cannot step to them and tell them the truth? Oh, baby, that's trash. Don't
Well,
release that.
again, that's a whole another thing. And all I'm gonna say, and to the people out there, all you gotta do is just sit back and start watching now. I'm not gonna try to argue it down. I'm not trying to put it down. Just sit there and watch. And I'm gonna tell you, it's really funny because I swear people are swearing that, oh, you struggling paying for my house. I've been in my house for 7 years, Bama girl, and I ain't struggling.
Let
Trust
me
me.
tell you something. Let me tell you what killed me about your entire house. And I love it. It's beautiful. I love it. But baby, when you did that bathroom challenge, I was done.
Oh yeah, that was back in the day. And the
I
thing
know,
is,
I know. A
yeah,
lot of newcomers don't know what all everybody
oh
else knows
yeah.
that's been down here rocking with everybody. Baby, that
That's
was
when
epic.
Rita, let me tell you something. That was when Rita was funny. Because Rita did that bathroom challenge. And when Rita did that bathroom challenge, I'm like, this chick is funny.
Yes.
I,
Baby,
I,
I want to know, Rita, where the hell you got that toilet from?
but it was so funny. It was so
It
funny how
was.
she had the
It was
stuff up.
hilarious.
And that's the Rita. And I'm not, and it's not even a dig at Rita because I really like Rita, even though we've gone back and forth. But that is the Rita that I remember. That is the Rita, the ponytail challenge Rita,
Yes.
the bathroom challenge Rita, the Rita who would just come in and just read and it wasn't the crying on camera Rita and again, this is why I think content creators have to steer clear of people luring them into certain things.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, I really try not to deal with the content creator that was on Properly Bonafide's channel. But after I, say, yes, this is just the lure. This is just something because, we need to fight. And of course, I haven't been over there to, you know, um, do a whole lot. But again, you know, I just think that, when you look at stuff, I don't take stuff seriously, but I do know that there are tactics and, you live, you learn, you go through things, you reflect, don't feel any loss
Yes.
or anything, just a lesson learned. And as long as you're in life, you're going to have to learn those lessons. And I'm just
Exactly.
glad I learned that one. Some people learn quick, some people don't. Some people it takes a while, but eventually you get it. And all
Well,
I'll say is
Jay,
just about that.
so listen, let me be messy for a minute. They
Okay.
tell me that when QB got the call that Fabe had been in an accident, they said that he ran out the bakery with his hairnet and apron still on, powdered sugar all around his face, and was running trying to get to his friend.
You know
I
what?
look,
I would
the
have to
visual messed me up.
they would have to have that video. I think people can embellish, because again, Dubby was talking about I was stealing chicken from the church. And I'm like,
Yeah,
really? And the sad part about that is Dubby wasn't even living in the county that I was living in when that was supposed to happen. I'm like, girl, you living in South Florida. So I just think it's funny. But if I saw the video, that would have been something to see, but I don't see any video. I think people were just saying that because, of certain things. But I will say this again. I don't wish people to get hurt or
right.
maimed or injured or killed. So even if I am not a fan or fond of a particular content creator, you know, I just, don't want anyone to be hurt. Um, that content creator she's a mother,
Mm-hmm.
and that's somebody's child,
Mm-hmm.
she has a mom herself. And, you just gotta kind of put the humanity in things. It's not even, because I think people think that you're trying to get in good graces, and no, it's just home training. You don't wish the stuff on people because you don't know when it's going to happen on you. And that's why I
Exactly.
always say treat people well, or treat people with dignity. Like I said, it's one thing to entertain, roast and gag to entertain, But when you start getting dark and all of this stuff, you just got to be careful, you know. And I mean, that's why I try to really not go really dark because I just you just don't know what'll happen, you know.
Exactly. And a lot of times when you sit and ponder and think about the demise of other people, it will be you. It will
Yeah,
turn around and be you.
yeah. I'm just, I it's a lot of things that's been going on this week, a whole lot of stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
I really had to think about a situation just recently. And I'm like, oh no, I got to step back because I'm like, sometimes you got to think how people will receive certain things, and people, everybody on YouTube ain't stable, and you got to think about
Mm-mm.
it. So, yeah, yeah. So,
And because you know that a lot of people on YouTube, content creators, are not stable, you cannot be that invested in what they're saying.
mm-mm. Some
You
people
could be
again,
there for the entertainment of it all, but as far as you taking everything that they're saying to heart, honey, no ma'am.
yeah, some people just live for strife, and I just think that you got to know where you are, and sometimes you just gotta laugh stuff off. Some people are there to pull a chain, and of course the reaction is, oh no, you get louder, I get louder, you get louder. But then you got to step back, and I'm to the point now where I'm gonna let you say everything that you want to say, and then as soon as I get interrupted, then it's just a done deal. I don't have anything else to say because again, you don't communicate effectively when people are yelling and saying stuff, and it's like this is not. We're not trying to get to the bottom of stuff. We're just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what will stick, and we
Yes, see
throw
what was stick.
everything out. Yeah, and the stuff we ain't saying is not even true, but it's just to hurt maim because sometimes people are hurt and maim themselves and they don't even realize it.
But that doesn't come from just being on YouTube. That comes from childhood trauma.
Yeah, a lot of things come from childhood trauma, and I just think that people need to look back on it. And so, yeah, but Bama girl, that's why I look at it. I'm just excited about what's coming next and what's happening. And I think when you're running your own race, you just don't have a lot of time to worry about other folk races.
And how they feel
Again,
about what you got going on. But then the
yeah.
thing about that is, let me switch gears for a moment. What did you say and how did you feel when Rebel decided to back away from the gentleman's panel?
I supported him. Rebel
Yes,
was very respectful, and he said, I think there may be a conflict of interest, and he said, yeah, and I just made a decision to leave the show, and he did it. It was very tactful,
mm-hmm.
and I was ready. I was ready. I was tired, and you got to think of show ideals, and it's hard. And I realized that the Wendy Williams of the world, the Ellens of the world, and all of these people who have shows, they have writers, they have people who produce. They do it
Yes.
for them, and all they do is approve it, or they may throw up an ideal and they'll give it to the people and they'll work with it. And if they like it, they go with it. Well, on the gentleman's panel, everybody had to come up with their ideals. Some people shared. Sometimes we didn't use all the questions, so you know we brought them up again. But that could be tiring, especially if you have a job, especially and you got to think of, okay, what's next? What would be good? And so, I
And
mean,
not only that, it's very time consuming.
it is. And then usually, we would meet after the show just to say, that was good, that worked, or and so that took a little time as well. And my Thursdays were blocked, so I wasn't doing anything on Thursday. So, like I said, when Conscious TV left, I wanted to do it then. but the guys wanted to continue on. And okay, I'm like, yeah, let's go with it. And then at this time, I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm tired. I'm ready to, do it. We don't have anything to prove. The show lasted longer than I imagined it would because I just thought it would be for a couple of months. But it went on, and we had three sets of gentlemen. Some people extended in and some people came in, but I just think it was great. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and Rebel got a lot of things that he want to do with his, show as well. He has the new dog. He has,
Yes.
yeah. So it's a lot of stuff, and so I didn't feel any kind of way about it. I was just good. I was good with it. I was actually relieved because I'm like, this is a lot, and I'm like, I'm doing it for the guys, and they wanted to stay in, but you know, I was tired, and I'm glad that we did end it tonight
Mm-hmm.
because it was just a good ending. It wasn't, people showed up, and I just think it was time to end the show, and
So
that's what
there
happened.
is the gentleman's panel is done.
Yeah, that was our final one. You
Oh
know,
wow.
yeah, once in a while we'll come back and say, "Hey, but we're done. We're and it's not a bad thing, but I was tired. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and so
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't because of anyone personally. It wasn't because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like anybody. It was just because I was tired, and it was time to end it.
Wow.
Hmm.
I must have missed that.
Well, I put final show. It's in the title, and we were talking about what were our most memorable moments and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's in there. But that was the last show, and
Dang, I didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yep. So when Rebel gave his announcement, I made the announcement. I think Captivating Christian was like in the same situation. I need some things to do. This is getting to be much. And when it's not fun anymore to the point where you really enjoy it, then it's time to go. Because we don't want to be like Nene Leakes and the Housewives just showing up for a check. The Housewives now ain't the Housewives when it first started. So when you get
Oh
to that
no,
point,
nowhere near.
yeah. So when you get to that point, you just want to just let it go. And like I said, I'm sad that we are not on, but I'm just happy that I think I just really made the right decision to just say, hey, okay, we run our course and it's time to move on.
I had no idea. I appreciate that because I was in the chat and okay, it's in the title, but I'm like, really? No more gentlemen's panel?
Nope, that was it. That was the last show, and so yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So I mean, and it was time. I don't know. I just felt that it's the right time, and um, yeah, it was time. It was just time. It was a lot of time that you got to put into it. And then
yes.
when King Payne was doing his show, which I'm happy that he's doing, that took time. Then my job is more demanding, and that's
Hmm.
time. Rebel has a lot of shows that he's doing. He's doing a show with the dog and the Car Chronicles.
Yes.
Um, he has the show, I'm assuming, in Vegas. So that's a
Hmm.
lot. Again, he has a lot. And then you got Captivating Christian with his health and wellness and his political channel. So everybody had a lot on their plate.
And the thing about that is when you sit down and really think about it, if nobody really has time, what's the purpose? Because it,
Yeah.
it begins to be a chore.
Yeah. And I felt that it was getting that way. I can only speak for me. I
Hmm.
can only speak for me when it comes to that. But I was tired, and it was not so much of the guys. It was just the process that I was tired of.
Yes, yes, and and one thing about it, I get it. I get it, especially when you all discuss topics that are off of YouTube and away from the mess.
Yeah, and we didn't do a whole lot of that. And it was
Mm-mm.
good. And then of course it wasn't what everybody wanted to hear, but we did what we needed to do. And yeah. And so I'm proud of them. I'm proud of all the panels. I'm proud of them. And I think it was a good run again and nothing to be ashamed of. Just really good. And I had a good time doing it. It was just time to pack it up and move on.
Right, right. And I can appreciate that because so many people decide to go against the grain. And when you make that decision, the people that are watching you, they feel it, they see it. Oh, they're not really into this.
Yeah, and it happens, but I just think that we just again ended on the right tone and just went forward. And you'll probably
Yes.
see some of us collaborating
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, I can only speak for me, but I think all the guys are great. So I'll still be reaching out offer them, hey, if you need to come over, just send me a date and time or a link, and we can do that. Vice versa, if I'm having something over, feel free to come over. So we're gonna support each other that way.
And you know what? I get that and I respect that so much because a lot of times when panels break up and situationships go left or whatever, it always ends, almost always really ends in turmoil. And that
Yeah.
was not this.
No, it was really good, and I was really pleased, and you know, yeah, that's it. There wasn't no shit crazy stuff in the background. I was doing this, really good. And I'm a little different. I believe that people do things on their platform so they can build that up as well as have people to go over. So and to do those things. So yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was important. That everybody had a chance for people to come and look, see, and what was going on their channel as well. So yeah, yeah. So I want to thank subscribers to Bam Girl for coming over at times and watching, and I really appreciate what you all have done, and thank you all for you for this long.
Well, one thing about it, every time you guys go live, I'm there. I am
Yeah.
there. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not just alive. I don't see them, baby. What they saying? They must have me blocked. I don't see them, babe. The trolls gonna do what they're gonna do. That's their job. That's their mission in life. They enjoy
Yeah.
doing it, get no money for it, and they do it without hesitance. So, baby,
And I answered questions from people as well. And some people want to make it what they want to make it, Bama Girl. But I can only tell you what I know and what it is. So I don't try to make it up.
y'all, Jaden got dropped off. See, that's that StreamYard shit. That is that StreamYard. I'm sitting up here, hands free. Not even. I'm looking at the comments, not touching the computer at all, and he done got dropped off. Y'all, StreamYard be on one. They are on one. Talking it's about Rebel. Okay, hold on. Let me see, girl. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Oh, Yeah, I guess Miss AT&T is trying to tell me something, honey. Moving on 59 minutes. Y'all know Bama Girl do not be trying to be on here all night long. We don't do the marathons anymore. And so on that note, I'm gonna go ahead on and end the live. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna support Shelly. Y'all please go over there and we're gonna get up in the skybox and we're gonna have us a good old y'all know Bama Girl loves her adult beverages. She does. And so for the mere fact that it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna have me another one, and I'm gonna get over here up in the skybox and listen to Shelly. That's what I'm gonna do. Y'all come on over. Let's go. Come on over, and we're gonna support her. Yes, we are. I will holler at you guys on tomorrow. I'll holler. Good night, TC.